Hi foodies, welcome back to my channel. Today we are making this flavorful mackerel stew. So let me take you through my ingredients. To make this, we need some freshly chopped tomatoes, some sliced onions, tomato paste, vegetable oil, and mackerel. And then the other ingredients will come in later. These are some pepper, onions, and garlic. You can add ginger if that is what you prefer. Now let's get into it. Into a pot on fire, go in with your vegetable oil. Let it heat up for some time and introduce your sliced onions. You allow this to fry and then go in with your tomato paste. So if you want it to be brown a little, go ahead and fry it to suit it, but I prefer mine this way. I want to fry the tomato paste for some time before I go in with the other ingredients. If you do not fry your tomato paste very well, it becomes a bit sour and you don't want that. You want it to be fried properly. So now that we've achieved this, I should have this bubbling round feel. Then you go in with your freshly chopped tomato. Just add this to it, mix everything very well, and then you leave it to simmer for few minutes. You can blend your tomato if you want that, but I just want a bit of chunks. I want it to be rough a little, so that's how come I didn't blend mine and I chopped them into the smaller sizes like this. So I'll allow these to simmer for few minutes on the fire while I take care of other things, and this is what I want to achieve. I don't want it to be entirely smooth. Yes, this is perfect, and this is what we want to achieve right here. However, if you want yours to be smooth, just go ahead and do that. Now I want to introduce my pepper. This pepper, onions, and garlic from earlier, so I just blended everything together, and you can see it's not also very smooth. I'm going to stir these and then I'll leave it to simmer for few minutes. Stir and let it mix very well before you leave it to simmer for some time. If today is your first time coming across my channel, thank you so much for stopping by, and do not forget to like, share your thoughts in the comments, and then subscribe if you find this video very helpful, because I have a lot of things in stock for you. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by once again. Now after our tomato and everything has just simmered for some time, we want to get something like this, and now we introduce our spice. Add your Kivo stew spice just like this, and you leave it to simmer. Stir properly. You make sure everything just mix up very well before you move on to the next stage. And after you add any other ingredient, make sure you leave your stew to simmer so that everything will just infuse very well in each other before you move on to the next one. And let this simmer. Take your time when you are making your stew. Don't give it a lot of heat. Let it be on low to medium heat so that it doesn't cook harshly. Now we want to introduce our mackerel, and this is the tin mackerel with in tomato sauce. So make sure you stir it gently. We do not want our mackerel to break. We want everything intact. So take your time to stir this gently and leave it to simmer for a few minutes. Introduce your Maggie cube, salt, or any other seasoning you prefer. Here you can introduce some curry powder. Anything you feel when you add to your stew, it elevates its flavor. Just go ahead and do that. You can add it to it and leave it to simmer for a few minutes. However, if you have vegetables at this stage, you can introduce that, but I prefer to use my chopped onions just as you see right here. Leave it to simmer for a few minutes on low heat so that everything will just infuse in each other and they can cook very well. And this is what we have. You can enjoy this stew with your rice, yam, bangkun, wache, anything you want to enjoy it with. You can enjoy this stew with anything you prefer, being it spaghetti, rice, bangkun, and others. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, do not forget to like, share your thoughts, subscribe, and then click on the playlist right here so you get my local dishes, and then watch them to the fullest and come back again with your comment. I hope that you try this recipe and you let me know how it goes. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you on the next one. Until then, stay safe. Bye.